Jobs are changing. Remember the days when knowing Microsoft Office itself is a groundbreaking skill. And if your desk in your office is filled with multiple papers, then ultimately you will be considered as a very productive person. But now we are working from home, working from caves, working from everywhere. AI is doing all the manual tasks. Things are changing, right? The skill that you considered as most in demand today might become outdated tomorrow. Yes, jobs are changing really quickly. It raises a question, like what should we learn? Like whatever we learn, some technology comes tomorrow and replace it. Then what is the purpose of learning? Like, this might be the question in your mind, and I am here to help you. In this video, I will share 10 skills which will never get replaced by anyone and are most demand for the coming years. Let's begin the list. The first in the list is prompt engineering. Of course, you might be looking at ChatGPT and Midjourney and other AI tools, and you might say like prompt engineering is a demanding skill today. Yes, many companies have started hiring and many companies are going to hire. But if you can ask me like, will it stay forever? My answer to this is at least for the next 10 to 15 years, it will stay. The reason is simple. The revolution in AI space has just started. We are going to witness many different AI applications, but in order to get the most out of any AI application which will arrive in the future, we need to have knowledge on prompt engineering. We need to know how to ask the right prompts so that we can get the best out of those tools and stay in demand. Prompt engineering is my number one. If you want to learn about prompt engineering, there are many resources out there. I have written a book recently which is live on Amazon. You'll find the link in the description as well. I have covered what is prompt engineering, how to ask the right prompts, different rules and different guidelines to use effective prompts and to get the most effective output, along with 200 plus prompt templates. You'll find that in the description. And second in the list is networking 2.0. Yes, you heard it right, networking 2.0, not networking. You know networking, like of course every one of us are aware of what networking is. Like it's all about like interacting with people, building connections. This is what we know about networking, but we need to change the way how we network with people. We need to connect with the right people. We need to build digital relations. We need to make sure our feed or our network is organized and gives us some productive information which will help us to stay relevant in the competitive world. So that is what real networking is. Follow people who are providing you some value every day, not just limit yourself to entertainment, because the content you follow will define your career. So that is the reason why networking is important. Of course, you know networking, but knowing how to network with the right people is important. And number three in the list is adaptability. Flexibility in learning is the key to growth. Of course, like as I said in the intro of this video, the technology or the skill which is in demand today might become outdated tomorrow. So what you should do, like you should be ready to adapt to whatever is changing. You cannot depend on single skill or single technology and you expect people to hire you or people to give you opportunities. No, it will not work. Even though like you're working on one skill, make sure you know the trends. Make sure you are ready to update to whatever is trending, whatever is in demand, because that is what adaptability is. You should be adaptable to the changing conditions. Things are changing very fastly, and if you are not changing in the same pace as how things were changing, then you might become outdated and companies are not ready to hire you if you are outdated. So it's important to be adaptable to whatever is changing. Whatever comes, whatever is trending, try to have a look at it, try to have a glance at it and try to learn it if you feel that it's worth learning. It is very important to be adaptable these days. Companies or any brands or any individuals prefer people who are adaptable than who are more skilled, because skill or a technology might become outdated tomorrow, but the adaptability nature of you will never become outdated, because whatever the new thing comes, you are ready to learn that, you are ready to adapt to that. That is the power of adaptability, and this is something which is most demanding skill these days. And number four in the list is creative writing. It might sound like a content writing, but no, creative writing is all about explaining whatever is there in your mind in a creative way, because anyone can post whatever they want in social media. With the help of tools like ChatGPT, writing is not really difficult, but creative writing is somewhat different. Like it is the most demand skill still, because ChatGPT cannot be as creative as how you are, how human are in general. So start writing in a creative way. You can only develop the creative writing by writing more, writing for companies or brands, or writing for yourself. If you're creative in writing, then ultimately you will have the more demand. So this is one skill I feel will never get replaced by anyone. Number 5 in the list is effective communication. Effective communication is not about using complex words in communication, but to make things simple. Write and speak clearly, the world will listen to you. Because the attention span is declining every single day. Our attention span is now less than the attention span of a goldfish, which is 8 seconds. We should be more effective in communication, then only people will listen. It's not that everyone can use complex words these days. ChatGPT even will help you to write complex words, but it's not that. Like, your communication should be more simple and effective and to the point. The more effective your communication is, the more chances that people will listen to you. This is going to be the demanding skill, because with the tools available, with the AI tools available, everyone can try to become a smart communicator. But the thing is, people don't need smart communicators, but simple communicators. You should be more simple in writing or speaking. That is going to be the best skill, because people are not ready to spend a lot of time to listen to you, to understand you. They want everything to be done in a very quick time. And number 6 in the list is personal branding. Build your image, build your success. If you have a strong personal brand, no one will stop you in your career. Personal branding is all about exposing yourself, letting people know that you are here, you know these skills, you are smarter, you achieved something, you did something, whatever it might be. Personal branding is all about showcasing yourself to the real world. It's very essential these days, because most of the companies hire people based on their personal brand. It also adds some visibility to their brand. So even like most of the startups these days are hiring through LinkedIn. By verifying their profiles, if they have a strong personal brand, if they are good communicators, then they will directly message people and hiring them. The reason is simple. If you have a strong personal branding is not about building followers, but if people recognize you based on what you do, what you are good at, then ultimately you have a strong personal brand. Personal brand is all about sharing what you are good at. Let's suppose you are a graphic designer. If you're not sharing your portfolio in social media, then no one will recognize you, no one will give you opportunities, and it might become hard for you to get good opportunities in the space. So you should expose yourself to social media. Like, these are the designs that I have created, these are the things that I'm working on, these are the skills that I'm good at. You need to expose yourself in social media by posting about what you're good at. Then only your brand will become visible and you will grow your brand. Then you will get opportunities easily. So this is the reason why personal brand is very important for any skill and any individual. Number 7 in the list is basic graphic design. I'm not telling graphic design here, I'm telling basic graphic design. Visuals really matter, right? If you find good visuals in your feed, you stop and see the content. Because like, we are attracted to looking at visuals to judge the content. It might be building your personal brand, or posting about your achievements, or posting about the learnings, posting about your experiences, whatever it might be. To use social media to build some brand in social media, you need basic graphic design at least. You don't need to learn Adobe Photoshop or complex tools for this. There are tools like Canva, which are free tools. Just use them to learn at least basic designs, like how to create Instagram post, LinkedIn post, or how to create YouTube thumbnail. Like, these are very basic things, right? But yeah, you need to spend time on Canva, then only you will able to learn that skill. Basic graphic design is essential these days. It doesn't matter which stream you belong to, which area of work that you do. It doesn't matter whatever you are, but a basic graphic design these days is a must. Number 8 in the list is storytelling. Grabbing attention is a very challenging thing these days. We already discussed about it previously. Storytelling is all about explaining something with the help of a story. The reason why people use story is because if someone is telling you a story, you listen that because you are in the flow. Similarly, if you want to explain something to someone, or if you want to write something in social media, tell them in the form of a story, because people connect with stories than words. So it's important that whatever you are explaining, whatever you are telling these days on social media, make sure you tell that in the form of a story, so that people will connect you. Let's suppose take this video as an example. I've shared some examples, right? I have connected the dots. Initially I shared like how the work used to be a few years back and how the things are changing now. What should you do to stay updated, or to stay relevant in the current technology evolution. It is the flow that I have been maintaining since the start of the video. So it is what storytelling is. Instead, if I just start the video with the 10 skills that you should know, and naming all the 10 skills, might have not been listening this for if I started in that way, because like I created a story and I am continuing with the story. So it is what the power of storytelling is. Storytelling is the most demanding skill these days. If you are able to tell things in the form of a story, you will always be hired, you will always be paid a lot. This is not only the demanding skill for the next 10 years, even for the next 20 to 30 years, storytelling is going to be a demanding skill, and it will never get replaced. AI will not tell stories like how humans will say. This is the reality. And number 9 in the list is wise learning. Wise learning is all about knowing what to learn and what to unlearn. If you feel that you are learning skills that are manual, that are repetitive, that will not add any value to you, stop learning those skills. It's not that whatever the technology comes, you should learn, you should spend time on learn. It's not what wise learning is. Wise learning is all about knowing what to learn so that it will add some value to your career. It will get you some opportunities. It is what wise learning is. Again, you should not learn whatever people are saying in the internet. People will say 1000 skill, but if you spend time on learning 1000 skill, then you will not even learn a single skill. It is not how learning works. So you should know what to learn and what to unlearn. If you are learning manual skills which are not providing you any value, stop learning them. But 10 and last in the list is saying no. You should know your limits. Saying no is something which is a challenging thing for many. Even I face this thing, like it's very hard for me to say no to people whenever people ask me for a help or people ask me something. Even though I'm busy, like I might not find guts to say no. But yeah, later like I improved myself to start saying no, because saying no is very important thing. It's not that it will make you bad, but it will kill your time. That's it. If you say yes to everything, even though you are not interested to do that, or you have some busy task in your plate, but still you say yes, then ultimately it will kill your productivity. So it's important to say no. It's not that let's suppose take an example, like if you're searching for jobs, like whatever job that comes in your way, you cannot say yes, right? You need to know whether it will align with your future goals, whether the work-life balance is good or not, or whether there are sufficient opportunities to learn. Like you need to look at all these things before accepting a job offer. Similarly, it will be applicable for your career as well, in your life as well. If someone asks you something, make sure you say yes only when you are ready to do that. If you have some things in your plate and if you cannot do that, just say no. Saying no is the most important skill and very underrated skills as well. I've been learning it for a couple of years and I'm experiencing the growth. Saying no is very important thing. And with this, I'm ending the list of top 10 most in-demand skills for the next couple of years. Comment down your opinion on what is something which is underrated in the 10 that I have mentioned.